Le commissaire, 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 le commissaire. Am I uphill? I'm eyed. And today is Tuesday, October 5th, 2021. And it's kind of like you can see the Helle Jacobsen females shouting, Le commissaire, le commissaire, le commissaire, le commissaire, le commissaire, le commissaire. And then you're kind of like, where was that in Paris? And where was that in Europe? When it happened for me in old care, it's like people were able to empty their apartments, yet they had furniture in. And actually, what's interesting is my neighbor, the African neighbor, who has a name that you'd say goes all the way to Uganda, yet he says he's Ghanaian. Hashtag migration, Africa, and four ethnicities. My class was actually primary 4, Nakasero Primary School, and the teacher was going to be Equity Bank Jansi and the beautiful weather of Entebbe or Entebbe Airport Road in comparison to the weather of Kampala, meaning that closer to the lake, but as well he is closer to the lake. Anyway, I bought a Whirlpool machine, and he came pushing it like a gadi, and that's a wooden wheelbarrow. Calorie Market does that. At the end of the day, I'm talking about devils, and I'm like, yeah, devils have really been something around me. And that was Humac White Shirts, meaning I watched Banshee Whitney Carter's Instagram story. Then later on in Uganda 2020, Banshee Whitney Carter turns out to be Desire Luzinda, Base TV. It's like I post up everything and everything is out there. I did Facebook. I feel like I'm tired of Facebook, and I didn't intend on posting on Facebook like that. I've just been kept on walking by, I'm sorry to say, very stupid pieces of shit that are driving expensive cars, eating or sitting at restaurants and refusing to eat what they're being given. Kind of like you get appropriated, and you get appropriated by one faction, then you find that it's the whole East Africa in a way, and then it's the whole Africa in a way. But in Kampala, you get appropriated by one faction, kind of like they're giving back or they're respecting you at how you bypass and try to avoid claims. And then you find that the thieves are actually maybe CSI, everything CSI Las Vegas Lab, Nevada, CSI New York, CSI Miami Crime Lab, and all that and all that and all that. So end of the day, you're talking passaporte, and you're already done with le commissaire. And then at the end of the day, as I'm trying to do that in the room, I couldn't really like do that. I'm just from sleeping. Then because you bought cassava chips, they send a bunch of dark males to come through, dark skin, reddish eyes to come through, waking you up, asking you if somebody still lives here. The person they're asking for or about is actually connected to maybe a Chad African president. Then on top of that, Chireka Parents has a Guinea-Bissau president situation. He's put as the interim president. And as an Emma Uphill, you've had the devil and there are women around you. Hashtag Atlantis the animation. And with their spectacles and their brown skin tones, they've really affected you so much. And you're like, okay, I'm awake now, so let me record something and shout out to the Helle Jacobsen females. I could have at least had one relative, like real relative, living in Europe. By the end of the day, they had to play out things as well like that. Yet they can really, really affect like that. So in my recent conversations with Peter Krogstrup Jansen, or rather Gerard Butler, or rather, what's it called? The Golden Globes, the Oscars, and or everything, movie red carpet, kind of like spaceship and space exploration sci-fi movies. I did say a lot of things, and I did mention I have no friends, so no money is supposed to be split if I'm supposed to be getting some money. Thank God that in this 21st century something like that exists. But you can honestly say getting a father situation or a biological father situation like Walter Riem was all the way to a Gerard Butler situation. Kind of like Church of Satan is at the chip stall, and you can't buy chips because you don't want to lose your hair. And actually losing hair growth is as well like a height, apparently. Some people can't even grow hair on their heads. And luckily for me, I was able to chat, and I was able to put videos up with no, I was able to chat with a Turkish hair transplant company. I've been talking about this since Denmark. It's all psychiatrists, and I've been talking not about hair transplant Turkey, but like I need to just really change my skin tone and hair color supernaturally. So I did post it up on Facebook this month, October, a screenshot, meaning that at the last minute, as AfriCell Uganda, AfriCell is all over Africa, just like MTN is. As they're closing, somebody or two or three is able to send him an airtime. There's so much